Have you ever wondered what the world's oldest continually used football stadium looks like? Yes? Well, it's time to leave London and head to the most historic football stadium in the world. Oh god, I need to get the aircon on. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's pumping out hot air. Oh, I cannot tell you how hot it is in this car right now. Yeah, I've spent the last few days in London. Oh, and I always park my car outside London. There's no point driving in. I just get the train in, but now I've got to drive to Sheffield. So the world's oldest football team is in Sheffield, Sheffield FC. I've done a video about them before, but they contest the oldest derby in the world against Hallam FC, who play in the oldest stadium in the world. The amount of football history and heritage in Sheffield is just unbelievable. I feel like I could pass out with this hot air that's pumping on me right now. Surely it's going to turn cold any moment, but I hope you can hear me over the whirring of the aircon system in the old Renault. Anyway, yeah, a huge thanks for all the support as usual. Like I say, please hit that like button. I'm melting right now. Please subscribe if you're new as well. And if you have any suggestions on video topics like this, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. Anyway, I have to get on the road up to Sheffield. I'm back up to Scotland today. So London, Sheffield, Scotland. It's a long old day, but I'll see you in Sheffield very, very soon.
I sensed that something was going on there. He goes, a guy pulled his dick out and started pissing on people in the audience. What?
Pulled over in the services. I've paused Joe Rogan and Tom Segura for now, and I hope you can see this. 43 degrees. What? What is this? We morphed into Australia. I've visited a lot of old stadiums in my time, and what you usually find is the oldest ones are in and around like the terraced housing of the people. Usually in places that are maybe a little bit more working class, let's say. But the drive around here and some of the houses are just absolutely unreal. Oh god, I wonder if any of them got aircon though. But yeah, even these ones here are nice, but and no offense to these ones in the slightest, they genuinely, as nice as these are, pale in comparison to some of the ones driving up here. It's on like a bit of a hill. We're about to see round the corner. I think it might be open, which would be in luck. The world's oldest football stadium. This video really is a bit of me. Here we go. Not only is it the world's oldest football ground, but it's the world's second oldest football club and winners of the first football trophy in history. And it says there, if you like football, you love Hallam FC. Which, yeah, I agree with that. So the club were formed in 1860, making them the second oldest football club in the world behind Sheffield FC. But you see that pub just behind this stand here, the Plough? Apparently the club dates back to, there are traces of the club that date back to 1804. Not officially, which is why the official sort of date is 1860. But apparently, yeah, the owner of the Plough used to let like the new cricket club play here. And of course in the early 1800s, these clubs, they weren't like a traditional football or cricket club like we have today. It was more just like sports clubs that would play loads of sports, but the people of the club would compete against each other. So I don't think they actually played against other clubs for a number of years. That was certainly the case with Sheffield FC, who are the world's oldest football club. I know that it was just like the members of that club would play against each other at the club. So it took a while for them to actually start competing. But yeah, as you can see, this is also a cricket pitch, plus what is now obviously the football pitch. The amount of stories that I can tell you about this club is absolutely unbelievable. In 1867, Hallam won the first ever football competition, the Uden Cup. The trophy was subsequently misplaced by the club and did not resurface again until 1997, when apparently a Scottish antiques collector came into its possession. Between them and Sheffield FC, they compete in sort of the oldest running derby of all time, and they played their first ever game here. So yeah, I guess this is sort of why this is the oldest stadium in the world, because Sheffield FC have played in a lot of different stadiums. Yeah, the one I went to visit them at, I think they're even thinking of moving away from there eventually. So yeah, these old teams have huge amounts of history, but this one here has always only ever played here since 1860. They predate the television, they predate 2 world wars, they predate flight.
Which trophy you on about? What we've just won?
With the Uden Cup.
Well, that's
is that the world's
replica.
oldest trophy, right? Oh, right, it's a
That's
replica.
a replica, yeah. So the original's at Bramall Lane.
Oh, is it at Bramall Lane? Okay,
In
right.
the football museum, yeah.
Ah, okay, right, I'll have to go and visit that one day, yeah. So that's a replica of the
Yeah,
world's oldest football trophy, right?
yeah. There's 2 photos here of the original.
Oh, so that's the original there, and then
Yeah, both sides.
there's one there.
Oh.
Cool, do you get a lot of people visiting, I guess, to see the oldest stadium in the world, or?
We have done this last week or two. You know, with the Euros on. About
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Belgians, Germans.
And what, they get wind that this is the oldest stadium in England and come down to there? Or in the world?
It's quite funny actually, because a few weeks ago, this was before the Euros. I was doing something like I always am, and I'm like a volunteer caretaker. And,
Yeah.
there's four blokes on all fours, on kneels.
Right.
On the pitch here. Can I help you? Yeah. Yes. This thing really is the old. Yeah. Oh, where are you from? Berlin. I said, well, why are you here? So
Yeah.
I said, they come to see the ground from Berlin.
Monty Python, yeah, I know of it, yeah.
Sheffield fella. Okay, Michael Palin is a Sheffield boy.
Oh, of course,
went
yeah.
to First Park Grammar School. So he's a fan of the club. Now this is interesting. There's a gate right up in the top corner.
Yep.
It's decrepit, don't look like it's a gate at all. And since 1862, I think, since 1862,
Yeah.
the Hallam Chase Estate, it's a serious fell race.
Still now to this day, yeah.
Yeah, we had it the other week. BBC came down actually.
Ah, okay.
And you graded. It's a handicap race.
So it's not just all about the football then? This place. I suppose cricket as well,
Since
yeah.
1804.
Also, cricket's been here a lot longer.
56 years younger than they are.
Yeah, yeah.
This season just gone has been the most successful in living memory.
Wow, okay.
So we were promoted with the biggest number of points, with the greatest goal difference ever in the league's history, and unbelievably, we won the Fair Play League.
Oh, okay,
Which
right.
you can't believe. So we're now promoted to this league here, which is Premier.
NCEL Premier. Cool.
We've got a couple of interesting shirts in here. Signed Maradona.
Oh, signed Maradona shirt, wow.
Signed Jeff Hurst shirt and a Gordon Banks shirt.
Oh, amazing. You wouldn't expect that these were just in here. Right, so these are 2 world records you have from Guinness then. This is for the oldest stadium, that
It's
one's...
officially the oldest stadium in the world.
Yep.
And it's officially, we're the owners of the oldest football trophy in the world. Which
Yep.
The latest, I heard was valued over £1 million now.
God, really?
Well, if you're Ronaldo and you fancy having the oldest football trophy in the world on your mantelpiece, it's not
Yeah,
a problem,
just
is
pay
it?
£1 million, I know, exactly, yeah. And then what's this here? Corinthians against Hallam in the FA Amateur Cup.
Yeah, so
I know
they're
Corinthians
still
are...
on the go, we're still on the go.
They're a famous old team, aren't they, Corinthians? So that's the founder of the club, you're saying? Yeah.
And he lived here locally in a house down on Legit Lane. He actually finished, he was a competitor in the Hallam Chase.
Yeah.
The guy who lives in his house now, in that house,
Yeah.
started brewing beer
Right.
in the house. Crosspool Ale makers.
JC
So
Short. Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's just packed up like, it's just packed up.
Yeah, JC
But
Short.
isn't it funny that we were selling the beer made in the house of our family?
Wow. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so that used to be in the pub
Oh,
across the road. I remember that from when I was playing.
That's brilliant. I wonder how old this is then.
Well, it was certainly there in the 70s. We used to change over at the Plough before my time.
Yep.
And anyway, we used to play at the Plough. Then we got our own changing rooms, showers, and one of the lads painted that to commemorate it. So this is, we're talking about 64 that.
Okay. So these are redevelopments being made to the world's oldest stadium.
So our manager at the moment, very successful guy, Craig Denton. He works at Sheffield Wednesday. He's got a good team, and we're just painting this up, getting it ready for
Yeah, cool. Looks good. Yeah.
season. So this is be like here will be stadium announcement and a bit of an office.
Ah, cool. Yeah. It's
And
got a
then
good
down
view of the
here-
pitch as well.
Yeah, and down here will be where we'll just entertain the visiting committee.
Yeah.
You have to do the sound and a couple.
Yeah. World's oldest snack cabin, you say? Wow, it looks very like 70s or 80s, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's not been here since 1860, has it?
And we had to shift it the other day. It's bloody heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the place.
The oldest stadium in the world. Oh, so memorial garden to some of the people who have worked here at the club, I see.
Coops, for example.
Player, treasurer, life member, physio, life member.
Yeah, Coops, he was a star.
Yeah.
All these guys.
So he was a player, member, chairman, president.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
People dedicate their lives to these non-league clubs, don't they?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This fella here, Philip, his family gave us some money in his memory, and we bought a defibrillator for the community.
Oh,
room
yeah, cool.
outside. But John Steele here, this guy, he was a miserable git, John, and but he did my job,
Oh, okay.
and I just sit there. And
Is that where you sit for the match then, is it?
No, I sit here to just have a rest and a think
Yeah.
about what I'm going to do. And of course, they're all the same problems that John would have had.
Of course, yeah.
What the bloody hell am I going to do about that drainage?
Drainage, or the grass is dry, or
Whatever, and
painting.
he will have sat in a, with exactly the same problems, and the bloke before him, and the bloke before him, and the bloke before him.
Wow, what a lovely welcome. Really friendly. And yeah, just look at this, the world's oldest stadium. Look, if you ever come here for a game, as you're leaving, just check that out. Look, thank you for visiting the oldest football ground in the world. Have a safe journey, the Countrymen. And that pub there is the pub that formed the sort of sports clubs. I think, yeah, from what I could work out, that obviously it was cricket beforehand, and it was, what, 1804? I think I told you guys that people from this pub, or the owner of the pub, the landlord, whoever it was, organised cricket and other sports to be played just over there, and it is still being played to this day, as is the football, of course, making it the world's oldest football stadium. Now that is a video that belongs on this channel. I love those weird football stories. If you have any others of like similar sort of topics that you think I should cover, then drop them in the comment section below. I've done teams that defy borders, I've done the world's oldest stadium now, I've done the world's oldest team, Sheffield FC, like I say. So yeah, I really do love football and all the weird little stories that go along with it. Please do hit that like button, because it is 40 degrees and I'm absolutely melting. I've got to drive back up to Scotland now, so a bit more Joe Rogan and I should be there in no time. Please subscribe if you're new as well. I'll leave some videos on screen. If you could click on one to carry on watching, that'd be amazing. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one.